Welcome back to Margaritas in Paradise. Hey, people ask me all the time, Tom, what do you like about Thailand? Well, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna tell you what I like about Thailand. But the number one reason is that I could afford to live here. I could afford to live on the ocean. And that was important to me. Or I felt like it was important to me. And I have a lot of different choices of where I want to be able to live, but I want to hear the waves every night before I go to sleep. And when I wake up in the morning, I want to be able to open my curtains and look out and see this great view of the ocean. And that's what I have here. You have to decide where you want to be during your retirement years. Or if you decide to live overseas for whatever reason, maybe it's for retirement, it could be work. So whatever your reason is, Thailand is a good choice. And these are the main reasons why I like it so much. So the first one, and I've talked about this in the past, is the value for your money. Your money goes further in Thailand, and that's a fact. People have asked me in the past, has inflation affected Thailand? Or do we have inflation here? And the real answer to that is yes. If you do things that most tourists will do in Thailand, then you're going to pay the higher prices for it. You're going to pay the tourist prices to do those type things. But if you try to live like an expat, somebody that's here for an extended period of time, somebody, if let's say that was coming here to work as a digital nomad or something like that, that was going to stay here for an extended period of time, they're going to live like a local. So what can you expect to pay just coming over here? Everybody tells me that airline tickets keep going up through the ceiling as far as prices go. And I'm sure if you're not selective, if you're not doing your homework per se, that you could probably spend a lot of money on airfare. But I was just looking at cheapoair.com, and this was just minutes before. I wanted to have some examples to show you what's available. And this was just looking up. Now, I understand if you tell me that I always fly Emirates, or I always fly EVA Airlines, or if I always fly American Airlines, and I'm not interested in flying anybody else, well, your market focus is pretty small, and whatever their prices are, that's what you have to pay if you want to come over here. I get that, all right? But if you're more open-minded and available to take other airlines and things like that, you have a good chance of saving a lot of money. So what I ended up doing was I looked at cheapoair.com, and I found a round-trip flight from Los Angeles to Bangkok for $678.66. Now, that didn't include the taxes and the additional fees. What I'm telling you is that you can find airfare for still pretty good prices that were $700, $800, $900. I didn't even look at the ones that went way up from there. And if you're a big guy like me and like to fly, let's say business class or something like that, of course, it's going to cost a lot more than that. All right, it's going to be $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. And once you're here, now you have to talk about accommodations. And I'll tell you what, this is the best place in the world to stay when it comes to hotels. I always talk about when you're staying in a hotel here, definitely upgrade your stay, all right? Because it's just fact. And again, I jumped on Agoda just a few minutes ago, and I looked at my area where I live right here, Pattaya, and the minimum hotel that I was looking at was a 3-star. The 3-star place that I found was a place that has a great reputation. It actually had a review level of 9, I think it was 9.0. It's right on the beach. The place was named Cozy, and it was $23 a night for Cozy in Wagamot. Now, and that was like COSI if you want to look it up. But there was another place in Central Pattaya called the Vogue Hotel, and that was a 4-star, all right? And with that, since I was in a 4-star, I thought, okay, I have to have a king room. I want to make sure breakfast is included with the room, and it had to be for 2 people. It was $31 a night, all right? Now, if you need to stay at the Hilton or the Ramada or the Holiday Inn in general, okay, if any of these super name brand type places, if you need to stay at the Centaur Grand Mirage or something like that, these are all 5 stars, and they have these world-renowned names, okay? You're going to pay the same thing as you'd pay in Los Angeles or New York for these 5-star properties. But in Thailand, you can find 5-star properties, okay, for a lot cheaper price. And that's what I'm talking about when you jump into upgrading your stay. Now I'm going to give you another example. Now I've used this hotel because I think it's a great property, the best area of Bangkok, and you wanted to stay in Bangkok in a 5-star property. You definitely should take advantage of upgrading your stay when you come to Thailand. I go on these road trips and everything. I find these great properties, these great resorts. Normally I spend maybe $15 a night, sometimes less than that. And I'm never disappointed. But, well, I'm not going to stay at places that I'm going to be disappointed. I'm going to go in and check the room first. All right, let's press on. And by for the inn, of course, I have 2 items that I love about Thailand. I want to put a special shout out to Mike Sabai. Thank you so much for buying me those drinks. I definitely appreciate it. Your generosity really, well, it's humbling. It definitely is. I can't tell you enough. Now, if you're interested in buying me a cup of coffee or a drink, a beer, a margarita, there is a link in the description below that'll tell you how that you go about doing that, and I appreciate it. Have you ever eaten Thai food? Oh my God. I eat it often enough. I'm probably in the, I don't know, probably 50 category of how much I eat Thai food versus Western food. But the thing is I live here on a budget, and I know of the places I can go where I can afford to eat at and get by here on the things that I like. All right. So, and when we're talking about Thai food, there's a whole big range. And I really love it all, but not all Thai food is probably the best for you. So you need to watch out for that. We've had subscribers and viewers in the past putting notes in my comment section about eating street food that's been fried in oils. What kind of oil is it? Well, I'll tell you what, the chance of you finding out what type of oil it is, unless you speak Thai and you ask them specifically what type of oil that is, when it was changed, and things like that, I couldn't tell you that. And but if you're able to communicate that and find out, good on you. But again, you're talking about an awful lot of fried food for sure. There's no doubt about that. And with that being said, I know that things like MSG are still legal in Thailand. And other things like salt and other type of spices, they use a lot of it. And so If you're tolerant to that type of food, you're not going to have a problem. But if you need to be cautious when you're eating that type of food, then you may have to go up a different level than the street food and start looking at these mom and pop shops and things like that, where you can ask them maybe not to fry the food that you're looking at, okay? Or not to use so much salt, or not to use sugar. I'll tell you, in Thailand, it seems like they put sugar into just about everything. They even have it on the table for you to sprinkle over the top of your food for some reason. Now, but they have other things like chili and fish sauce and those type of things to sprinkle over the top of your food as well. So it's just general seasoning. But that all happens here. And then you can get into really nice restaurants where you can have food cooked a special way, or your way, for instance. And you can keep going up that level and kind of get into Western style food. And you could probably talk to the chef at some point or another and get things cooked specifically for you. So is eating here in Thailand a good thing? I think it is, all right? I've really enjoyed, especially all the Thai food that I know that I enjoy, I love, all right? It's absolutely one of my favorite foods in the world. And I can eat here on a budget very reasonably, okay? People have asked me before what type of budget I have for eating in Thailand. My budget for eating in Thailand is 800 baht a day. Alexa, 800 Thai baht equals what in US dollars?
800 Thai baht is about $23 and 93 cents.
800 Thai baht equals 24 US dollars. But I can do that. And do I always spend 800 baht a day? No. Some days I only spend maybe 200 baht. It just kind of depends on what I feel like eating. And so it's very doable, but that's the average across the board. Hopefully I save a lot of that money and use it for other things. But there's no doubt that every now and then I'll meet some friends and go out to a nice restaurant, and maybe I'll spend 2,000 baht for a meal. And that doesn't happen very often, but it has happened. And make sure that you're not doing it all the time. Food in Thailand is fantastic. If you're going to eat Western while you're in Thailand, I'm going to say why. But, you know, a lot of people do. What do you think about the land of smiles? That's one of my favorite things here. When I'm traveling around Thailand and everybody, you look at somebody and they smile at you. And every now and then somebody will give you a way. And yeah, it's refreshing. It's a greeting. And they're paying respect to you, and you need to respect their culture and things like that. But it just makes you feel good. And it's amazing. You don't know what their intentions are with that smile, but it doesn't matter. That's another thing about Thailand. Just the laid-back nature of the entire Thai experience. Most people could care less, for instance, what color you are or where you came from, or the things that you personally like in life. Okay, it's all up to you. And if you want to go out and spend your time laying on the beach for the next 2 weeks, or you want to spend the next 2 weeks in a bar, nobody cares. It is up to you. And that's the nice thing. You can do whatever you want to do with whoever you want to be with, whenever you want in Thailand. Does that make sense? It's just the general feeling well, and hoping that the people around you are happy. And happipiness is it's a way of life in Thailand. Here's another food thing. Everywhere you go, there's all these vendors with fresh fruit. Have you ever noticed that? In Thailand, if you're coming to Thailand, you're going to see these vendors on the street, and they have fresh fruit that is maybe an apple, all right, or a big wedge of watermelon that's sitting on ice on this little street cart. And you walk up to them, and normally it's going to be, let's say, somewhere around 20 baht, 60 cents or something like that per piece, or maybe the whole fruit. And you just ask them how much it is, and they'll tell you. And they're going to take that piece of fruit out. Let's say it's an apple, and there's a chance that maybe that you'll want it peeled, the skin taken off the apple, and then chopped up into smaller pieces. And then they'll put it in a bag with a little wooden pick type of a thing, and you can just eat it right out of the bag, and it's just fantastic. And there's things like pineapple and papaya and everything you can imagine, from banana to apple, the watermelon. And there's other things as well. But those are the things that I really love about Thailand. And the prices, the value for your money for things like that, it's just so good. All I have to do is go out on my balcony and look at a beach, but that's not the same as being on the beach. So that's 80 meters across the street from me is the beach. And beaches in this area are everywhere, all right? And we have, I don't know, I counted them up one time. I think it was 9 named beaches that are all within, let's say 30 minutes of me. And most of them are within 10 minutes of me. But anyway, if you like beaches, you're going to love it here. People talk about it all the time. They're talking about the cleanliness of the water and things like that. And this water is fantastic. It's clear. There's nothing wrong with it. But we do have pollution. Not the same thing as the beaches out on the islands, or let's say down in southern Thailand in Krabi and Phuket type beaches. So if you're coming here specifically for great beaches, do yourself a favor. Go to Phuket. Go to Phi Phi Islands. Okay, go to Krabi, Koh Lanta, Koh Lipe, things like that. And because you're the one paying for this adventure, you should be happy. But another thing that I just absolutely love about Thailand, and I like the sounds. Now, I'll tell you what, most people, when they step out on their balcony, what do you think that they hear? Most of the time they're going to hear some type of street sounds or things like that. On my balcony is a little bit different. Now, it's in the evening right now, so during the day, sometimes I will hear a bus go by, or a car or a motorbike or things like that. But more than likely, the things that I hear when I go onto my balcony are going to be the sound of a bird, or maybe a monkey, or the waves hitting the beach line. It's the tropical sounds is what it is. And it's one of my favorite things. I hope someday you take a chance on Thailand and find out for yourself. All right, we'll keep going. There are people from all over the world here, and I meet them every day. It's fantastic. And I'm sure there's groups of people where only Americans hang out together. And I'm sure there's certain bars and clubs and things like that are that way. But there's lots of things to do here, where the table next to you may be somebody from Russia, or somebody from Germany, or wherever, from the UK. And we just have this international mix of people that are right here local. And it's great. It opens up a whole new adventure of what's possible in this world. So, yeah. Anyway, I love it. I love the mix. I love the getting to know different people and why they think the way they do. There's people here from countries that in the world today, there's conflicts going on in the countries, or their countries are the cause of conflicts all over the world. And nobody cares about that here. They really don't. The politics game doesn't come into play here. At my buddy Leo's across the street, when politics is brought up, we usher those people outside. If you want to talk about politics, or things like that, go talk about it. Talk to people who care about your politics, because we don't. All right, we don't. Politics takes a room that's already on a high to a low that's unrecoverable. All right, so keep the politics out of the bars. Other things that I really enjoy, you know, at one point I was an avid scuba diver, and there's all types of opportunity here for scuba diving, and especially all over Thailand. If you wanted to come here and take a class or become even an instructor, Thailand's a place to do it. There's no doubt about it. There's other things that's going to be available to you if you're into golfing or things like that. People come here for golf vacations. Just in this area right here, we have at least 25 different courses all within an hour away. And we have lots of clear golf clubs that sponsor almost daily trips. If you want to play like 25 different golf courses during your trip to Thailand, that's super easy, very doable to do. And these are professional golf courses. These are golf courses that the PGA comes in and has tournaments at and things like that. So yeah, these are just some great golf courses that are in Thailand. But that's not everything. There's everything you can think of, all the sports activities that you'd ever want. And then you get into the tourist end of it, and there's parasailing and just all the water sports that you would ever want to do. So you're not going to get bored while you're in Thailand if you're out and about taking advantage of what Thailand has to offer. Did I mention Muay Thai? Oh my God. People come here to learn Muay Thai, okay? People come here to watch Muay Thai. People come here to take Muay Thai classes, to get fit, participate with these Muay Thai fighters. It's something else. And I have friends that, they're up there in the Muay Thai gyms just hanging out and sometimes participating and things like that. Muay Thai is a big deal here. If you like that sort of thing, it's available right here. And of course, we already kind of talked about this a little bit. Island hopping. Do you like island hopping? Well, yeah, it's the full moon parties, just the sense of adventure. We have this little island called Koh Larn. It's 7 kilometers that way. You can take a speedboat out there. It takes about 15 minutes to get out there. It's like $150, about $5 one way to get out there, okay? Or you can take the ferry for 30 baht, $1, okay? It takes like 40 minutes to get out there. And you can go out there, let's say, just for a day adventure, you can go out there and spend a week out there. It's up to you, all right? Rent a motorbike, that's my suggestion. You get out there, rent a motorbike, explore the island, have a great time, eat on the beach, or you can come into town and eat in town. It's up to you, and you're going to enjoy yourself doing these different adventures all over Thailand. And as far as the adventure, oh, gee, how many national parks we have in Thailand? It's amazing. And not only the national park system that we have here, you have, let's say, all the Buddhist temples. Now, I know not everybody's going to be into Buddhism or anything like that. I'm personally a Christian, but I think the history that presents in Thailand is just amazing. And it's something that I've definitely intentionally immersed myself into. And that's just one more aspect that I just love. I think with waterfalls, there's so many waterfalls in Thailand, and they're fun to go to. Most of them are on unimproved roads, and there'll be a sign that's going to take you to a road that turns into, let's say, a goat path. And before you know it, this path turns into this massively ruddy trail that is just just a lot of people don't go down. All right, so here's another one. Medical care. I love the fact that I live so close to all these medical facilities that are all within, let's say, 10 minutes of where I live. All right, now I don't go to the doctor very often, but when I do go, I want to know that I can get reliable care at a decent price. And you can do that here. All right. The other day, last week, I had a problem with a lung infection. And I went up to Loma Clinic. I'll put a link in the description below where that's located at, right on Knoxville Road. And they're fantastic. And the doctor always thanks me for mentioning his shop on my YouTube channel, because there's lots of you guys have already checked out Loma Clinic. A standard visit in there's 300 baht. And usually that includes the medicines, which they give you right there for that 300 baht. What's that, about $10 or so? Let's just call it $10 for that visit. Now, could it cost more? Sure. And if you're going there, I know he does acupuncture too, and I have no idea how much that costs, but maybe that costs more. I'm just not sure. But there's these type of clinics all over Thailand, and maybe they're not all $10 for the visit, but they're probably not much more than that. And the thing is you can go in and ask them before you get anything done to find out how much it's going to cost for that visit. You know, yeah, it's just one more reason. And so when you jump up to the next level into the hospitals, you have government hospitals that are available even for you. All right. And then you have the higher end private hospitals, and there's levels in between leading up to the best private hospitals in Thailand. And can they get expensive? Sure. And that's the reason why when you go in for your service, you need to find out how much it's going to cost you ahead of time and make sure that you can afford. Hey, if you haven't done so already, please give me a big thumbs up. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that little bell next to it for future notification of videos that are coming. All right, so I told you to wait towards the end. Well, we're at the end, and I want to make sure that these are two more items that I just love about Thailand in general. And people tell you all the time about the ham and cheese toasty sandwiches at 7-Elevens. Yeah, they're fantastic. And when you come to Thailand, you have to stop in there and try one of these ham and cheese toasty sandwiches. And so you're looking at probably around, I think the other day I was up there, they were 27 baht a piece, but I have seen them for 31 baht as well. So that's still under $1 for the toasty sandwich. And it's great as a, you know, even though I try not to eat past 8 o'clock, if you are going to eat at night, it's a great late night snack on your way home or something like that. Now, there's another thing that I really enjoy, and somebody else told me this is something that they love, and I don't know if I copied them or what, but it's just nice. I don't know if it's a comfort item or what it is, but here it is. It's these Schweppes, okay, sodas. So this is a Schweppes Manao soda. That's just fantastic. Now, of course, this is 0 sugar. And so I get these sugar-free Schweppes soda waters, and this is lime flavored. It's fantastic. But the nice thing about the Schweppes line is they have other flavors as well. Of course, I always wait for when they go on sale. So this is a citrus raspberry. All right, that's just fantastic as well. And then they have another one. There's several other ones, actually. But this is the blueberry lemon soda. And it's fantastic as well. So definitely try them out. Those sodas there they're normally 16 baht, or sometimes they're 2 for 29 baht. So sometimes you can get a deal on it. That's what I try to do. I try to get a deal and then end up buying like a 6-pack of them or something like that and just keep them in my refrigerator. And for the most part, you know, to be perfectly honest, I probably only drink one of those type canned sodas a week, because I really try to hit the water as much as I can. But for somebody that just needs something like that comfort item or something, it's available here. And these are the items to try. I love the flavor of these things. This Manal soda, it's just refreshing. All right, and for the right time of the day, they're perfect for me. And I imagine if they're perfect for me, they're perfect for you. All right, I don't have anything else for you. I hope you have a great day. I hope you're enjoying life. If you're thinking about coming to Thailand, it's a great destination. And people ask all the time, what's the best time to come to Thailand? And I answer all the time, right now. Okay, and right now is a perfect time to come. But if you're coming for a specific, you want absolutely the best time, in a couple weeks will be October 15th. Say that's the start of the high season. So October 15th, all of November, all of December, all of January, February, those are the main parts of the high season. And the temperatures are going to go down, the humidity levels are going to go down, and it'll be raining as often and things like that. So during high season, and high season runs all the way until the day after Songkran, and I'd say normally that's April 21st, normally. So October 15th to April 21st is fantastic times of the year to be in Thailand. The big buildup of season, though, the November, December, January, those are the highest of the high season, so you can expect those times of the year for maybe prices to go up a little bit, or there to be more tourism here in Thailand. And I should even step back on that a little bit when I say tourism, because people that own condos in the building that I live in, for whatever reason, they don't live here full time. And they come to Thailand for 3 or 4 months out of the year, and those are the months that they come here for. So you can expect Thailand in general to be busier during high season. All right, well, that's all I have for you. If you have any comments or you think, what are your likes, put them in the comment section below. Let me know. What football team are you rooting for? Let me know. All right. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.